I'm Wadi Ben-Hirki. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Nigeria, located in Western Africa. I'm a graduate. I studied accounting. I'm a graduate of Covenant University in Nigeria. I run Wadi Ben-Hirki Foundation. It's a charity organization registered back home, and we run four major projects. We recently launched one, the Street to School, focused on education, which is the SDG 4, the Girls Not Wives, Gender Equality, SDG 5. Then we have the LITMO, an acronym for Love in the Midst of War, focused on rehabilitating survivors of the Boko Haram insurgency, which is SDG 16, Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. And the last project is Sheroes, which is Female Heroes, aimed at empowering women to be the best versions of themselves. I'm here at the Y20 Summit in Argentina as a special guest, and I'm here to raise my voice coming from the, let me say, African angle, considering the fact that my country isn't a G20 country, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be heard. I'm also here to advocate for the many young people that are being marginalized, that are less privileged and have no voices. I'm here to say that our voices must be heard, because we're not only the future, we're also the present. We make up, if I'm not mistaken, over 50% or about 50% of the world's population, and most times we are being neglected. We don't have a seat at the table, and we're just being there, just sitting at the side. In the next 10 to 20 to 30 years, most of the leaders of today would be either old or dead and gone, and so would either enjoy the benefits of their leadership or suffer from the mistakes. So we need to be there, we need to be prepared. There's a belief I have that you learn on the job. So most times they say we're young, we're not capable, but it is right for us to learn. So when we get there, we don't make the mistakes that they are making at the moment. So it is very important for our voices to be heard. Education is universal. Education, I believe, is very important, and education is of different forms. It mustn't be necessarily the formal form of education. There are also informal ways to teach people skills acquisition, vocation, training. It's very important, because the reason why we see all these people engaging in social vices such as armed robbery and all that is because they don't have legitimate sources of income. But when you educate people, and when there is job security, we would reduce all these things that are happening. So education is important, and I believe when there's Western education, and cultural education is also important. So there should just be a balance for people to know where they're coming from and also where they're headed towards. So there should be a balance. People should know their history, their culture, and know technology is important. If nowadays, if you cannot use technology, you're just like, I don't know, you can't do anything because everything is online. So I think there should just be a balance of cultural education and then the new age education, basically. Life does not give you what you desire or what you deserve. It gives you what you demand. So you shouldn't just sit down and wait for opportunities to come to you. Personally, I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, and me being here today is as a result of me pushing hard. I didn't wait for people to just give me on a platter. That's not how life works. You have to push for it. You have to show that you are in for this. Even the young people were saying we deserve a seat at the table. We have to show that we really do deserve. So whatever dream you want to pursue, you have to put in the work. You have to be determined. You have to be focused. And I always say this to myself, that future generations will learn about the heroes and heroines of my generation. So I would do well to be part of those people. All this change I'm seeking, I may not be alive to see them, but I should make my future generations proud, that they'll say, yes, their grandmother, their great-grandmother did this. So everyone that wants to do something, you should go for it, because nobody will give it to you. You have to go and take it.